Thanks for having me. Okay, so I was asked to spend about 10 minutes talking about waste removal and the changes as a result of COVID. And I have to be honest that over the course of my career, I have saved my clients over tens of millions of dollars on their waste expenses, but I don't think I can talk for 10 minutes on the subject of waste. So my goal is to be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. Okay, so here we go. The waste industry changes due to COVID-19 have included some temporary interruption of non-essential services like recycling, for instance, but for the most part, the industry is continuing to deliver vital waste collection and disposal. Waste haulers are doing their best to manage the safety concerns of their employees, their customers, and the communities. Waste haulers have been inundated with service reduction requests, which they have been honoring within reason. It's not uncommon for them to take 7 to 10 business days to implement those changes based off of their backlog. So here's a keynote. It's important that these changes need to be initiated by the customer. Haulers don't proactively review or adjust your service levels. So if you're overserviced, they're very happy to charge you to pick up empty dumpsters. And if you're underserviced, they're just as happy to charge you for overage fees. In addition, the waste vendors are getting stricter on their accounts receivable. They front the money for these services, and they need to crack down. So they are liberally applying late fees. They are shutting off the services for anybody who even has a hint of an overdue invoice. Bad debt has become a real concern for them, and they've got millions upon millions of dollars invested in equipment and manpower, so they have a valid concern. Now more than ever, your waste bill can come back to bite you. Waste and recycling expenses are often at the very bottom of our operating expense list, so now is the opportunity that you shouldn't be ignoring. You should use this time to look inside your waste and recycling dumpsters, make sure you're serviced appropriately, and therefore preserving the money that you would be spending on this. If you wait, there will be no recovering the costs of these unneeded services, no refunds, no credits. Haulers aren't doing anything that hasn't already been in their bag of tricks. You can expect that erroneous fees and tighter enforcement will stay on as part of the new normal. This should be a wake-up call to all of us. To evaluate our businesses and see how nimble and fast-acting we can be to adjust to change. So I wanted to give 4 tactical things to consider when adjusting services. The first and foremost, do simple division. If you're paying $1,000 for waste services and you choose to reduce your services down to 75%, make sure the math works. This is an excellent opportunity for waste companies to improve their profit margins, and just take out your calculator if you need to, but make sure that the ratio stays the same as it was. Okay, the second most important thing, be really careful about signing what they call the paperwork that really is a new contract in disguise. There's no reason to obligate yourself to a new contract term for a simple service change. My third recommendation is when you're adjusting services, try to cut out a day of service or days of service as opposed to adjusting the size of a container. This is going to save you time and money because you're not going to be paying for removal and delivery fees. And once again, always watch out for the junk fees that they put on their invoices. It would not surprise me to start seeing COVID-19 fees on invoices. They charge for everything else. And finally, I would suggest that you anticipate that it's going to take time to ramp back up. Just as like now there's a 7 to 10 day delay in getting your service decreases done, anticipate when you see the business is going to be picking back up, and try to schedule your service increase to be effective then. Because if you wait until the rush, you're going to be trapped in the queue with everyone else. Right now, Talismark is proactively reviewing all of our client service levels, taking swift action to adjust. We're ensuring that our clients are only paying for the services that they currently need. And as their outsourced manager, we assume the workload involved with these service changes, freeing them up to concentrate on their businesses. That's what I would recommend, for anybody paying for waste services. Just stay on top of it now. I thank you for your time.